So what did we learn from the vice president's trip to the border today? Let's check in now with Wesley Tabor. He has an extensive law enforcement background working with both the FBI and the DEA, and also with us, Chad Wolf, the former Homeland Security Acting Secretary. Gentlemen, great to have you with us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Chad, first to you on this one. It looks like even the camera angle is a very closely calculated, controlled visit for Kamala Harris down to the border today. I don't think this is going to be enough, though, for people who want her to actually do something. I mean, this was a ceremonial trip. She herself called it a grand gesture. Was it anything more than that?
Well, it doesn't appear to be so. So the trip is one thing, as you indicated, closely controlled, going to El Paso, going to a facility there in El Paso, and then I believe talking with some other individuals. It's not the same as going to RGV and going out and talking to landowners and the such, but it's just a visit. And at the end of the day, the problem and the crisis on the border needs to be solved. So we're going to see what comes out of the visit, if they're actually going to take and undergo policies that protect American communities and protect the border, or whether it's just going to be more of the same. And these are policies that have certainly led to the crisis that we're seeing today.
Now, Wesley, given what we've seen, normally there's a slowdown when it comes to immigration because of the weather this time of year. But, we don't really see that to the same extent we have in previous years. But when it comes to the human trafficking and the drug trafficking, what can they, what do you think this trip is going to do to reference that part of this crisis?
Thank you. So this trip is symbolic, right? It's symbolic, but yet it's not. We have Kamala Harris, who has avoided this at all costs for the last several months. Finally, after being pressed and the announcement of a visit to the border by Trump, did this actually occur? It is open season on the border right now, from California all the way through Texas. Now, Texas is taking their own steps to block and stop this immigration and drug trafficking that is occurring. And I will tell you this, I've been in this business for over 30 years on the intelligence side, as well as with the Drug Enforcement Administration. And this is the worst that it's been. And it's going to get worse if we do not stop and enforce our laws and protect our borders.
Chad,
and as far as Kamala Harris, she just is going down there to say to everyone, I made the trip. But they're going to obviously pick and choose very carefully where they go. Mm-hmm. And that's going to be the key things to watch.
Chad, are you surprised to the level at which Texas has stepped up here? A lot of money that they're going to spend on trying to build their own border wall?
I'm not surprised, but it is unique. Usually a state's not going to have to do what Governor Abbott's doing, because it's the role of the federal government at the end of the day to not only build that infrastructure, but to put the policies in place that are going to protect those communities. So usually you do that hand in hand. That a state does, like a state of Texas or the state of Arizona will do that hand in hand with the federal government. But what we see here is that governors are stepping up, not only border states, but states like California and Nebraska and others. They're stepping up because they know that what happens on that border doesn't stay on the border, that it goes into every community, whether we're talking about illegal narcotics or we're talking about illegal migrants. It goes into every community around the country. And so these governors are taking a stand. They've seen enough. And particularly in the case of Texas, it's having, a very specific impact on the state, on Texans there in the state. And so the governor's doing the right thing, protecting his community, protecting his people from illegal activity that's occurring.
All right, gentlemen, unfortunately, we are out of time. It was great to talk to you both and look forward to our next time we have a chance to chat. Wesley, Chad, thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.